Me to say a closing prayer, and I brought a prayer book along and all of that, but as I was sitting there listening to all of this, I thought, you know what, we don't need a closing prayer, because I'm thinking that your very presence here is a prayer and a gift, and the stories are all prayers and gifts, and the laughter is prayer and gift. And I am completely convinced that Randy is here, listening to all of this, and thinking, yes, but mine was better. And it reminded me of something, you know, you'll have to put up with me tomorrow, those of you who will be at the service in the sermon, but as I was trying to prepare the sermon, I ran across a wonderful story from the rabbinic tradition, which Randy's not Jewish and neither am I, but Elie Wiesel, which some of you may know, and about the value of stories and how stories are life-giving. And he says that, you know, at one point when the Jewish people were being persecuted, one of the rabbis went into a certain place in the forest and lit a fire and said a prayer, and that saved the people. A generation later, there was another thread, and another rabbi went, he didn't know the place in the forest, but he lit the fire and he said the prayer, and that saved the people. And a generation later, there was another rabbi who said, you know, I don't know the forest, I don't know how to light the fire, but I'll say the prayer. And that saved the people. And the end of it is that there was a rabbi and the people were threatened. He said, I do not know the place in the forest, I do not know the fire, I do not know the prayer, but I can tell the story. And the story saved the people. And there is something about the stories that we tell that help us when we gather, when we celebrate, when we mourn together, that are just complete. They bring the presence of the person back, and they warm our hearts, and they continue the insight and the grace that that person always gave us. And I think that's enough of a prayer. Amen. Amen.